Morning, good afternoon, or good evening. My name is Ayanat Amanova. Today is 4th of June, and I am excited to present my timeline presentation on the War of 1812 for the CHI4U course. Let me begin with an overview of today's presentation. It will cover three main sections: the introduction to the War of 1812, a detailed timeline of major events, and finally a reflection on the legacy of the war. In this presentation, I will explore the key events of the War of 1812, a pivotal conflict that helped shape Canadian identity and history. Through a timeline of 20 major battles turning points, I will highlight how Canadians defended their land, the essential role played by Indigenous allies, and the lasting impact of the war on North America. From Hull's proclamation to the Treaty of Ghent, this journey reveals how bravery, sacrifice, and resistance defined this critical chapter in history. Now let's move to the main part of this presentation, the timeline of events. To begin, on July 12th, in 1912, General William Hull invaded Upper Canada through Detroit and issued a proclamation offering Canadians liberty and protection if they supported the American cause. However, his efforts failed and the US invasion was ultimately unsuccessful. Next, on August 16th, British General Isaac Brooke and Chauvin leader Mesh tricked Hull into surrendering Detroit without a fight. This major early victory for the British Indigenous alliances boosted morale significantly. Then, on October 13th, during the Battle of Queenston Head, US troops attempted to cross the Niagara River but were repelled by British and military forces. Although General Brooke was killed, his leadership inspired victory and helped secure Upper Canada. Following that, in November 1812, the British defeated a much larger American force at Crystal's Farm, ending a major attempt to capture Montreal. In January 1930, the Battle of Frenchtown saw US forces defeated by British and Indigenous troops near the River Raisin. The killing of prisoners sparked the American rallying cry, "Remember the Raisin." Then, on April 27th, American troops attacked and burned the capital of Upper Canada, York. As the British retreated, they blew up a fort, killing many US soldiers. This event led to future retaliation, including the burning of Washington. In May 1813, American troops successfully defended Fort Meigs from a siege, lifting their morale after earlier defeats. By June 6, British forces launched a surprise night attack at the Battle of Stony Creek, halting the US advance and preventing further movement into Upper Canada. Later that month, Laura Secord walked 32 kilometers to warn British forces of an impending US attack. Her courage led to victory at the Battle of Beaver Dams on June 24th, thanks to a successful British indigenous ambush. On October 5th, during the Battle of Thames, American troops defeated British and Indigenous forces. Chumash was killed, delivering a major blow to Indigenous resistance. Soon, on October 26, French-Canadian forces led by Charles de Salaberry repelled a much larger US force at Chateauguay, showcasing both loyalty and tactical skills. Then, on November 11th, Canadian militia and British soldiers stopped an American raid at Williamsburg, highlighting the importance of local defenders. In July 1814, the Battle of Flundy's Lane became one of the bloodiest in the war. Through inconclusive, Canada successfully defended its ground. On August 24th, British forces retired for York, by burning down public buildings in Washington, D.C., including the White House. This had a significant psychological impact on the Americans. Finally, on September 11th, American naval forces won the Battle of Lake Champlain, halting a British invasion from the north and paving the way for peace talks. To conclude the legacy of the war, 1812 the war left a powerful and lasting imprint on Canadian history and identity. The war united English, French, and Indigenous communities in defense of their land and sovereignty. Figures such as Brooks, Secord, Chumash, and Del Salabre became enduring national heroes. Despite multiple invasions, Canada maintained its borders and proved its strength. Ultimately, this war laid the foundation for a distinct Canadian history, one built on courage, cooperation, and independence. Thank you for listening to my presentation.